We're Trent Allie, and it's been a crazy couple weeks. We're gonna have a baby! And things are just getting started.
Going through an emotional roller coaster.
Life is unpredictable right now, but we have a house to build, an inspection to complete,
I just came outside and looks like the inspector's already here.
and on top of it all, a bun in the oven.
I'm used to give all I have. I'm used to get nothing back.
So, this kiddo is super dramatic. What?
Are you kidding me?
You're still pregnant. And you're still a baby inside.
Oh my
And it
god.
still has a heartbeat.
No.
And literally waiting with us. I am fine.
Though we both stay the same, would you call me on the midnight train? Would you come over when nothing's right? Would you hold me tight in the rain? Even as we're having a fight.
Hi, how are you? We are just leaving the hospital and wanted to show you something.
Uh-oh. Get out. How do you feel? Are you crazy?
Big, beautiful baby.
We have a baby! She didn't see the heartbeat at first, so she didn't want to say anything because maybe it had died or something. So she was just looking around to find the heartbeat, and then she found it and she was like, nope, this kid is just really dramatic.
Not that you two would have a dramatic kid.
I'm gonna wait until this baby's like about to come out.
He's gonna celebrate when the baby starts second grade.
It's got, you know, 2 arms and 2 legs and 2 ears and 2 eyes and a nose. I mean, it was like crazy. We saw the umbilical cord.
Oh, cool.
It's unbelievable how much has changed since just like 10 days ago.
It's alive.
Hello?
Hello?
What happened?
Guess what?
You're pregnant.
We're pregnant!
Oh my gosh, Ellie, what happened? And so she waved. And she said, hi, Mom and Dad.
It was crazy.
She.
I'm so sorry that we shared all this with you to freak you out for no reason, but thank you so much.
And you call me anytime.
Thank you.
Ever anything like this happens.
Thank you.
I'm so excited.
We'll talk to you soon.
All right, love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
I remember days I wonder we were always gonna last.
We are getting a little bit of a late start today, and Lika is super excited because we had to go to the doctor's office this morning, and so we're just getting started. It's basically about 11 a.m. Brandon has been here absolutely slaying it, throwing in some of the insulation. And if you guys saw our past couple videos, you know we've been trying to get the permanent power inspected and the insulation inspected. The inspection was supposed to take place today. We ended up having to bump it out until tomorrow. So today is our last day to cross all of our T's, dot all of our I's, make sure all the insulation is done, make sure all the electrical is perfecto. Anyway, let's get to work. All right, so Brandon is working on getting that last little piece of rim down there that needs to be insulated, or the last joist space that needs to be insulated. Up here we have the last piece of the air barrier that hasn't been mounted, and then down here is where this is our flexible gas line here. And then inside the duct chase, that's where our electrical line comes through, the gas pipe right there. I need to connect this flexible gas line to that hard gas pipe. And then we need to insulate that entire area, and then we need to pull the air barrier over and seal everything up there. and I'll be so glad to be done with insulation.
So we're making lots of progress, and we're excited for the inspector to come tomorrow and hopefully pass us off nice and smooth on all of the insulation and the electrical, so we can get permanent power and we can also start to drywall. That's the goal, at least. And in the meantime, we're just wrapping up a couple last minute things, the taping, a couple little things that the inspector had pointed out last time during the four-way that we needed to fix. And in the meantime, while the guys are doing all those, I'm gonna start clearing this area to make it look a little bit more presentable, so that if the inspector wants to walk through, he actually can, and it's not just a huge mess.
Well, hopefully tomorrow the inspection takes place and we pass and there's no issues or nothing that holds us up from passing. And then we can continue working on the foam board on the outside of the house, and we can actually order drywall. So we can place the order for drywall, and it'll probably take them a little while to deliver it. And then by the time drywall shows up, maybe we'll be done with the exterior foam and we can start installing drywall. Then we just gotta tape and mud and sand and paint, and then do the siding, and then do the roof, and then build stairs and put up a railing, kitchen cabinets, flooring.
Is that it?
Appliances,
Trim.
trim,
Trim will take a long time.
finish work.
So what you're saying is any day now we can move
close.
in. We're really close. That was the whole four-way checklist?
I think so.
Hey!
Hey, don't show them that.
We can officially show them.
Oh, we can?
Yeah, they found out in the last video.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's exciting. Have you been having a lot of emotions recently?
Yeah. Going through an emotional roller coaster.
Baby isn't even born yet.
I'm also building a house, which is an emotional roller coaster in itself. We've just been like struggling and working so hard to try and like make this inspection deadline, and it was supposed to be today, and obviously we didn't make it, and now it's tomorrow, and now I think everything is actually done. So like I'm really stoked on that, but it's also like a point of relief where it's like, okay, we could take a nap.
Yeah, let's take a nap.
But we can't take a nap.
It's been a very emotional couple days for us, ups and downs, doctor's appointments, and a little bit of stress on top of building a house. So I think today it's all kind of catching up to us, a lot of relief that the baby is healthy, a lot of relief that we are ready for this inspection tomorrow, and with that relief comes a little bit of exhaustion, and I'm gonna vote nap. I don't know about you, but that's my vote. You're gonna finish building the house?
I'm just gonna collapse. I'm really excited that we got the stuff done that we needed to get done. I'm just like completely out of motivation right now, and I just want the inspection to take place, but I think all of these foam boards need to move, so before we call it a day, we're gonna move these foam boards.
And then you can take a grandpa nap and have some butter cookies.
Take
and
a freaking nap.
You deserve it.
All right, so I'm actually gonna be the one cooking dinner tonight, and we're gonna be cooking with my favorite meat. You guys already know, it's ButcherBox, and ButcherBox is the sponsor of today's video.
ButcherBox believes in high-quality, grass-fed beef, organic free-range chicken, humanely raised pork, and wild-caught seafood, sourced directly from farmers to your family kitchen. With their unbeatable value of an average cost of less than $6 per meal, their delivery options are flexible and convenient. That's why we get all our meat from them.
ButcherBox absolutely nailed it with these ribeye steaks. Pretty much everything that they have sent us, every different style or cut or type of meat they've sent us has been my absolute favorite. I absolutely love it. If you guys want to check out ButcherBox, I highly recommend it. You can click the link in our description, and if it's your first time with your first box, you guys actually get the barbecue bundle free of charge, which is 2 New York strips, 6 burgers, and 5 pounds of drumsticks, so you can get out there and start grilling in the summer season. Thanks again to ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. We're gonna dig in before this food gets cold.
What a day, you guys. It's just been such an emotional roller coaster. Yesterday, actually, was the day I had a lot of bleeding and went to the doctor and thought I had a miscarriage, and there was just so much going on. We really had just accepted the fact that we had had a miscarriage and that these things happen and it's your body's natural way of saying that there was something wrong with the baby. And we were trying to just kind of grieve and breathe through it and help ourselves kind of move on. And then the doctor found a baby, a healthy baby. So it really jarred us totally in the opposite direction emotionally, and it's just been such a crazy range of emotions, really, from worrying that there is still something wrong with the baby that could have caused all of this bleeding, and you still start to blame yourself a lot. And I've been trying to figure out how to rationalize everything and analyze everything, because that's just kind of the person that I am. And there's no easy answers, and there's no solutions to these questions that I'm wondering about. So I've just been spending this morning talking to some of my close friends, sharing that story with them, and just kind of hearing their opinions and their thoughts and getting some support from them, because as strong as I would love to think that I am, and as mentally healthy as I think that I am, you can never have enough support and people around you that love you, that are there for you. So if you guys are watching this, just know that I love you and thank you. And there's really nothing else that I can do right now other than just kind of take it easy and wait until my next appointment, and hopefully the baby continues to be healthy and grow progressively and normally at each visit. So today is a big day and I have to try to redirect a little bit and focus on what is happening today at the house, because our inspector is coming. We have a huge inspection scheduled. It has nothing to do with being pregnant or there being a baby. And I am going to get dressed, have some breakfast really fast, get the dogs ready, head inside, and hope that today goes nice and smooth.
And if we do this right and take our time, everything else is gonna fall in line.
I just came outside and looks like the inspector's already here, and I had no idea. That's lovely. At least Brandon's in here, I think, doing the walkthrough with him. Let's go check out what's going on.
He just walked downstairs.
Alrighty. How's it going?
Fine, how you doing?
Doing all right. Snuck up on me. I didn't even know you were here. Down here will be unfinished for now. We're gonna sheetrock the walls and tongue and groove the roofs.
The ceiling?
The ceilings, yep.
Well, you can go ahead and start sheetrocking.
That's the best news I've had in a long time. We're not doing that bad for two guys.
Well, that's only one guy up there, so.
Oh, well, you're the man. Have a good rest of your day.
You guys do the same. Yeah.
Well, that is incredible news. Not only did we pass the electrical so we can have permanent power, he's gonna let the power company know that we're clear, and then they're gonna put it on schedule. They'll probably be out here at least within the next 7 business days to get us turned on, but the power guy said that's just to cover their butts, so maybe like 3 or 4 days, we're hoping. Once they have that turned on, we can make sure that there's no diagnostic issues with the panel, and we'll actually have power in the house. That's really cool. Also, he said go ahead and start putting up sheetrock. So I guess we can talk to the sheetrock company and try and place an order and see how quick they can deliver it.
Was that the inspector driving away? It's over? That was like 30 seconds.
He like came and inspected the panel at the street and like checked off on all that stuff, and then he came up here and it was like pretty much done by the time I walked in.
I was just walking out and I got a notification on my phone that said inspection complete.
Yeah.
I was like, no! He passed us.
He passed us. He finished up the 4-way with those 4 things that we needed.
No way.
We passed insulation inspection, and we passed temp power, so he said you can start sheetrocking, and once you're done hanging it, you gotta have me come out and inspect all the screws, and then you can tape and mud.
You guys, that's huge.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Wow.
Heck yeah.
Yay.
So we're gonna try and bust it out and do as much of the foam on the front of the house right now as we can before the sun gets like
Baking.
dead center. And like the problem is when you're working on the front of the house, this deck being like a lighter color reflects a lot of the heat. All the windows reflect the sun and the heat, so like right here is literally like a tanning bed.
I know.
It's like one of those little silver things that like chicks lay out with, that, like microwaves their face.
Like one of these.
That's what our
Exactly.
deck does.
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah, oh my gosh, it's so bright.
So we're gonna try and get as much done on the front of the house as we can, and then once the sun gets like high noon, we're gonna go to the side. It's Friday and Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. It's Friday.
Yeah, he was just sitting in his truck as I pulled in the driveway.
Did you talk to him?
Yeah, I said, how's it going? And he jumped out and walked right in.
Just made himself at
He
home.
was just waiting for me.
He was waiting for you to show up. He thought no one was here.
Where's the
because
boss? He's got to be here soon.
I thought about that. I was like, he could show up at like 8, but we're like pretty high up on the mountain, and normally they do a lot of inspections the same day. And so I just assumed he would have something lower before he got up to us, but we were probably his first inspection.
I'm glad you jumped up and got out of the trailer though,
Yeah, me too.
because I was like having breakfast and talking.
Just being a regular Allie.
Yeah, hanging out. It is really nice to be able to look out here and not see any trash. It's so different. And I'm really excited for what we end up doing with this space. There's still some wood over here that I think we can still use, but this is all nice and flat for like extra parking. And we're gonna grade this out a little bit nicer to like drive up in the summertime when there isn't 4 feet of snow. I'm very excited for all the landscaping potential now that the trash is gone, the snow is gone, and we're slowly getting to that point. We've been talking about this for a long time, and I think now it's past Mother's Day.
We're not taking down the shelter.
Let's take down the shelter logic. I think it's time, and it's getting hot in there as well. Last night, we had the thermostat set to like 65, and it was so hot in there to sleep. Don't you agree?
It's hot because you're pregnant, dude. It's not hot because it's hot.
I'm gonna start sleeping
And
on
it's
the
hot
deck.
for me because you're pregnant. You sleep next to you and it makes you're like an inferno. I feel like we're moving really fast, but unfortunately the clock is moving faster than we are. In other words, this is very time consuming, but we're killing it. We're like, we haven't made that much progress, but it's just really time consuming, especially going around the windows, because you got to do the foam, then you got to do the mineral wool, then you got to do the battens, and then sometimes I make mistakes and I don't put the spacer under the core vent, and I got to cut the pieces out, and woo! This is fun though. Wow, did you hear that echo?
Yeah, wow.
All the neighbors just heard me woo.
It's crazy, all the green is disappearing, but we're just replacing it with a different shade of green.
I know. I'm kind of sad. To be honest, I really like the color of green, and I really like that color green, and I wanted to get siding that was like kind of close to that color to like keep that cool green, big green house in the middle of the snowy mountains like look. And Allie vetoed that decision,
Well,
and so
the other color will be much cooler, but I think everyone has gotten attached to this. Everyone loves this.
So Allie thinks that the other color will be much cooler, and happy wife, happy life. So we're getting rid of the green. It's fine. I'm not that attached. I mean, I'm pretty attached to it, but I'm not that attached to it. We have a little job for Allie to do in the basement. If you guys remember, a lot of people told us we were gonna need like 7 cords of wood through the winter to heat this house. And we didn't actually even have the fireplace operating for the first like third of winter. We got 2 cords of wood and we have like 1.5 cords of wood still in the basement. Needless to say, we have to get all that wood out of the basement, and I think Allie's gonna tackle that job, removing all the wood through the window in the basement and stacking it under the deck.
There is a lot of wood down here. Definitely better to have too much than too little wood, so we just had no idea how much we would need this winter, and obviously we over-ordered, but we can keep it until next season. It just needs to come out of the basement. And not sure really where it's gonna go. Also, it's freezing down here. It's so hot outside. The insulation makes a huge difference. I'm really excited about that. Not super excited to move all this wood, but I'm gonna take it easy, take my time. It's not super intense, it'll just take a while, so let's just do it. You might have noticed that I've been kind of taking it easy the past couple videos and haven't been helping as much, and that's because I just want to stay safe and protect the baby, but also it is important to have exercise and move your body and work up a sweat a little bit. And right now I don't actually have any mobility or move restrictions, so I'm listening to my body. I'm definitely moving a little slower than normally, but I am trying to help as much as possible because it's healthy, it's important for me, for the baby, and we want to get this house done as quickly as possible. So I'm taking it slow, and I'm definitely a little bit out of breath, but in a good way. I'm pacing myself, and it's nice to just move around a little bit. Right now, Trent has on a country playlist that I'm super opposed to because it's just not the type of music I grew up with or really enjoy. Him and Brandon are just rocking out, singing, really enjoying their life, and definitely adds a little country twang to the afternoon. Will you be a city girl with me? Yes, yes. Let me know what you guys think. Do you love country music? Do you hate it? Does it really annoy you? I don't love it, but I am finding myself humming along a little bit because Trent loves it, and you can't not start to smile a little bit.
Country is just working man's music.
Yeah.
That on the East Coast. It looks like so much more once it's done, but when you have like just a little section to do, you're like, oh, that's quick. That'll take 20 minutes. It takes 2 hours. It's really frustrating, but more and more of my favorite color of green is disappearing, and it's just turning into pale pukey green. We're slaying it, dude. We have like just this little section left on the front of the house, and luckily these clouds have come in and they've really started shading us, and we're not dying as bad as we should be with how hot it is today.
There's a chainsaw or something that keeps like starting up, and I keep thinking it's a cow mooing. I'm like, who around here has cows?
That's funny. Don't pay attention to some of these look like they don't line up and stuff. It's because the studs on the house go from 16 inches on center, and then here they change to 12 inches on center, so things get a little weird right there, but don't worry, we're doing everything correctly. I'm really happy with how it's turning out, but like most jobs, I'll be happy when it's done. It's been a while since we last picked up the camera and talked, and we're killing it. Look at this. We've got so much of this insulation done. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, so much. Like, we just have this little sliver piece over here, and we're done with the front anyway. And I think we should be able to finish the front of the house today. We have like a third of the left side of the house is already done, and you know, today's Friday, so it's Friday and Saturday, Sunday, yeah. And then when we come back on Monday, we'll continue and probably do the left side and maybe the right side of the house. And then there's just the back, baby. And I guarantee there's penguins back there right now. It's so cold because on the front of the house, the sun just absolutely destroys you, especially at this elevation. and we're feeling it right now. And I think when we go work on the back side of the house, it's gonna be really, really cold, but that's fine. I think I'm kind of ready for the cold with how hot it is today. Woo! Are you done?
No.
Are you halfway done?
Sure. Yeah, we'll say halfway.
Oh man. As long as you get it all out of the basement, having it out of the basement is more important than having it stacked.
Okay.
We're gonna keep knocking this out, banging away. We're gonna finish this front of the house and probably call it a day. There it is.
Woo!
That's about gonna do it for today.
Don't talk like you have a country accent. You do not have a country accent.
Well, you know. It's not the last screw of all the furring strips, but it's the last screw in any furring strips today. Man, it's bright out here.
I know, it's crazy.
Can't even handle it.
But you're done.
Look at this.
You did the whole front.
It took us a lot longer than I thought it was gonna take us. But we got it all done, and it actually looks really, really nice.
Yeah, it does.
If I do say so myself.
We passed the insulation inspection. We can get permanent power. You guys finished the entire front of the house with the exterior foam. We're ready for siding on the front of the house.
Now we can start drywall, or we can order drywall, and
Yeah.
that is really exciting.
We're gonna go with, we're 80% done with our house.
That's what it feels like. We'll see.
In the meantime, we're trying to just find joy in life and in the build and in the day-to-day things that we have to do. We really don't know what's gonna happen with this pregnancy, and the best thing to do is to not stress, is to just relax, and whatever is meant to happen will happen. The only things we can control are ourselves, our diet, exercise, sleep, and we're taking good care of ourselves and trying to just stay positive. And
Mostly her.
you're taking care of yourself too.
Yeah, but I've already done my part. I don't have any influence on the baby right now. We wanted to do something a little bit different for our upcoming video, something that we haven't done for years, basically, is we're gonna do a Q&A video. We want you guys to submit questions, and we're gonna pick probably like 50 questions, and we're gonna answer like the top 50 questions that we think people wanna know about Allie and I. And the way to get your question picked or to get your question submitted is to go and find us on Instagram at Trent and Allie. And then on our most recent post, you'll leave a comment with your question. Allie and I are gonna read all of these questions, and we're gonna pick the top 50 that we're gonna answer for the next video.
So feel free to leave any questions you have about the baby, about the pregnancy, about our life in general, anything you're wondering about where the baby's gonna sleep.
About the house.
Anything like
about
that.
Lika.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to all be baby stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Whatever
But
you
it
guys
can be.
want to know, please drop a comment, drop a question in our latest Instagram post. And the next video will answer all of those questions. We're really excited to share this journey with you. And it's pretty unpredictable. We don't know what's gonna happen, but we're excited to take you along for the ride.
And on that note, I think we're gonna call it a day. We hope you guys enjoyed coming along on today's adventure, passing our insulation and permanent power inspection. I hope we pass all the inspections from here on out.
I know.
Today was a really nice day. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure you show us by giving us a big thumbs up on today's video. Consider subscribing to our channel if you haven't already.
Thanks again to ButcherBox for sponsoring today's video. Click the link in our description to check them out.
And we'll see you guys on the next one.
Adios!
I wanna jump around when I think about yesterday. Your smile, your style so fly, my oh my. As time stood still, I got the urge